Chelsea Handler is over here. Chelsea Handler. Hello, darling.
Thank you for doing this for me.
Hello.
Hey, hi,
Okay.
everybody.
Always great to have you.
Thank you. This is my congressman.
Mine too.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Nice to
So
see you.
We can lobby him
Thank you.
after the show for our pet projects. So,
He's on board, don't worry.
Okay.
And
So
we're talking
listen,
about marijuana.
what a great week to have you here, because with all this explosive news about Bill O'Reilly, we learned some interesting facts about sexual harassment.
Before you move on to that, may I interpose, please?
Please.
Sean Spicer, you know, when I think about him every day at these White House briefings, which I enjoy thoroughly, obviously, I just picture him down at Mar-a-Lago. You know how they made that pitch tent today? And they put him like in that, because they don't have a real skiff, so they made a fake one. And they were like, oh yeah, we have a private room for security purposes. Doesn't Mar-a-Lago sound like one of those water parks that was closed down because somebody swam in the pool with an STD? You know, and he's like the lifeguard who's yelling at everybody, don't ask us any more questions by the pool.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right. But women out there want to know. We learned this week, as I say, because Bill O'Reilly's in the news, that 80% of women in America have experienced sexual harassment in the workplace, and it's only down 10% since 1976, when it was 90%. Have you, Chelsea Handler, ever experienced sexual harassment in the workplace?
I've definitely sexually harassed people. I mean, Anna, have you experienced it?
I think I'm in the same category as you are.
Well, I have to be very honest, because I don't want to make up a story that's not true.
Right.
I haven't I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it's happened behind my back, but I've never felt in a position where I felt uncomfortable.
I pitied a fool who harassed you.
Right.
You're right.
I'd like to go work for Bill O'Reilly, actually, for a day and a half. But
What about the fact that no one wants to fuck him? I mean, do you have any girlfriends? He's a very successful man. Certainly somebody out there must want to fuck Bill O'Reilly. Let's get Bill O'Reilly laid. Let's try to reach out to the other side.
That is that is very friendly of you. But if you think about it, if you had to choose between him or Roger Ailes, I mean, those are the two people you have to choose from. It's like, who would you rather? I mean, it's really a shit show.
That's a Hobson's choice.
Who would you choose, Bill?
It's not up to me. I'm not homosexual. But Nancy Smith, who has represented Gretchen Carlson, said going to human resources in a company like Fox is like going to the KGB to complain about Putin. And then Trump said that he should have settled. He defended Bill O'Reilly. He said, he's a person I know well. Bullshit. Trump doesn't know Bill O'Reilly well. He talks to him on the air a couple of times a year. That's not knowing somebody. I don't think Bill did anything wrong. Bullshit again. How the fuck would he know that?
Yeah, but also, he doesn't define that as anything wrong to begin with. I mean, he doesn't think that is wrong. He's like, you should be able to grab women who work for you. That's fine. But also, additionally, I mean, I like how many advertisers are pulling out of Fox News, because soon they'll only have people that are representing people who have been sexually harassed by women on the commercials for Fox News. So it's a perfect cycle for me.
All right, so in other sexism news this week, I learned about something called the Billy Graham rule that I wanted to ask you about. Now, I learned about this because of Mike Pence, you know, is a super-duper Christian. Okay, well, we know about this, right? I'm not making this up. And he has these rules. This is called the Billy Graham rules. No eating alone with a woman other than your wife. No going to a party where they're serving alcohol if your wife isn't with you, because most women, they get a drink in them and they cannot control themselves from trying to jump on them. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you got a couple of drinks, Mike Pence was there without his wife, you couldn't control yourself, right? I mean, I'll think about tomorrow. I'm fucking you tonight. That's what it would be. Come on.
Not if it was a Friday, no way. I wouldn't be able to control myself. I'm thinking about, you know, the whole Steve Bannon thing, how Steve Bannon may be going away, or, you know, there's a rumor.
Right, what do you think
I'm like, well, they can't replace him with a woman because Mike Pence won't be allowed to be alone with her either, you know?
Well, I mean, there is a serious part to this, which is that it affects women in the workplace. If you can't even have dinner with your boss because, you know, you're not the wife, that affects you as a woman. Then you can't get in the boss's ear. This is so Christian, it's Muslim.
What? What about women, though? So does that rule apply to women who are also married? He can't have dinner or meals with them alone if they're married?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, it's fucked up. All right, so let me ask you about Jared and Ivanka, because we didn't elect them, right? Right. Did we elect Jared? I mean, the list
I think it was a package deal.
Really? Because the list of his, Jared Kushner's responsibilities, diplomacy with Mexico, with China, with Canada. He went to Iraq to advise about the war against ISIS, brokering the Middle East peace. He's going to do that. In charge of trade deals. In charge of the White House Office of American Innovation. Reinventing government. Infrastructure plan. Modernizing the technology and data infrastructure for federal departments and agencies, broadband internet, reimagining the Veterans Administration, solving the opioid epidemic, spearheading criminal justice reform. Then on Tuesday, what the fuck, Chelsea Handler?
I mean, we are totally fucked.
This guy better be.
Ivanka,
really...
first of all, Ivanka has sent a message to all, you know, powerful women across the world that if you work hard and you show dedication and time to your craft, that you can get an unpaid job as your dad's assistant. But why he gets all these responsibilities? Why? Why do we have to accept this? Yes. I don't understand.
Please, someone. Is there anyone who can explain that one man could do all this? I mean, I remember.
Do not look at me.
Well, I'll explain to you what the real purpose is, because this is something that I saw while serving overseas as a CIA officer, and that is authoritarians put their family members in critical positions because they want control over those things. They don't want those issues to be accountable to the people, and that's what the problem here, and that's exactly what's happening with this administration.
But the good point is, I mean, you know, Ivanka thus far, hasn't shown any sort of, I mean, influence that everybody's been talking about. Oh, she's going to influence him. She's going to exert her positive and her women's whatever she's talking about with women.
I had high hopes.
I did too, because she seems like a reasonable person when she's not sitting next to Donald Trump.
Right.
The problem is, and if if the rumors are true that Steve Bannon is going to be removed from the White House, and she has a part in that, then, you know, then maybe there is some good to be had by having her there. If she is exerting her influence in that way, then I'll take it. I don't care if it's a day late and a dollar short. I'll put her clothing line back in Nordstrom's, whatever. You know, maybe not the whole clothing line, maybe the belts and the shoes, not the whole thing, but if she can do a good thing like that, because Steve Bannon's the worst.